After hating this guy's smug face last week, I think I actually kind of like him now. And is it wrong that I sort of want to be a flag smasher? Hey everyone, I'm in a good mood today. I just got my first COVID vaccine shot and episode 2 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Whoa, so damn good. If you have not seen the episode, obviously, spoiler warning, you have been warned. Last week's episode served more as a setup, so in episode 2 we get the meat and the potatoes of the series. I have nothing but praise for this episode. From the top-notch choreography, the action sequences, the sharp and funny dialogue, the superb acting and chemistry from all of the actors, like all of them. There's the powerful commentary on race, on patriotism, on nationalism, Easter eggs galore, so many comic book references and characters that I never thought would appear on the show. So the episode begins by giving us a peek into the life of John Walker, the widely unpopular replacement for Captain America that sparked the not my cap hashtag from fans. But I do have to say, after learning about him, I don't hate him so much anymore. He seems to be a good, genuine person who truly wants to do good, but maybe that's what the show wants us to believe. They reveal that he's like basically in peak human shape. He has a high IQ, he's a war hero several times over, and as he states, he has guts. But the way he fought and the way he threw that shield makes me wonder if he's more than just some athletic dude. Like, he may be a super soldier himself and isn't telling anyone. I do really like the design of his costume. It's very close to the comic design, and every nerd loves comic accuracy. We meet his good friend and partner Lamar Hoskins, played by Clay Bennett, who in the comics is also a partner of US Agent. I predict a 2-on-2 battle between Sam and Bucky and John and Lamar. In the comics, Hoskins goes by the name Battlestar. Yep, Battlestar is his superhero name. In fact, one of the best moments is when he tells Bucky that his codename is Battlestar, and Bucky is like, oh hell no, get me the hell out of this car. I laughed out loud. I actually laughed out loud several times on this episode. I also got choked up a few times. Really, really great dialogue this week. I love the scene of Sam and Bucky's conversation about the big three. Aliens, androids, and wizards. Bucky was like, so we're fighting Gandalf now? And Sam was like, how do you know about Gandalf? And Bucky has the best response ever, and with a straight face he goes, I read The Hobbit in 1937, when it first came out. I love the scene when Bucky asks John if he ever jumped on top of a grenade like Steve Rogers, and John's like, yeah, actually I have. No, my favorite was when Sam teases Bucky and he's like, a little time in Wakanda and you come out as the White Panther. Oh my god, I died. There's just so many good lines. There's almost too many to list here. The first nerdgasmic moment was that action set piece on top of the semi-trucks. Dude, that's an action scene straight out of a blockbuster movie. It was incredible. As I said before, every single character shined this week. Like, literally all of them. I'm invested in all their stories, and that's very difficult for a show to do. Oh man, I really felt for Bucky this week. That scene of Bucky watching John Walker on TV when he's saying that Steve Rogers feels like his brother, and then Bucky's eyes like swell with tears. That got me in the feels. But Sam and Bucky are even better together. This show would not work if their chemistry didn't work, but their chemistry works so well. Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany also had beautiful chemistry on WandaVision, so Marvel really knows how to put actors together. I will have to say that my favorite scene though is the scene between Bucky and Sam when the therapist is making him do that couples therapy exercise. It's both hilarious, it's funny as hell, but it's also a tearjerker. It's so good on so many levels. I don't know about you, but was I the only one turned on by that scene? My new favorite character, though, is Carly Morgenthau. She's played by Erin Kellyman. She's apparently the leader of the Flag Smashers, or she may don the title of the Flag Smasher. In the comics, Flag Smasher is a Captain America villain whose real name is Carl Morgenthau, not Carly Morgenthau. So I think Marvel is either tweaking the character a bit, kind of like they did with Marvel and Captain Marvel, or perhaps Carly is Carl's daughter and she's following in her dad's footsteps or something. Either way, I like her a lot. That scene when she just smiles at Bucky and then she like knocks him out of the truck. She's badass. She's a badass villain. Or maybe that's what the show wants you to think. Maybe she's not a villain at all. I would not be surprised if we later learn that John Walker's the true bad guy and Carly's the good one. After all, Carly isn't the traditional comic book villain. She stands for a cause in which she wants to unite the world, she wants to topple the oligarchy, she cares about her teammates. There's a very stark contrast between the Flag Smashers and a group like Hydra, for example, which are just pure evil. And we didn't get to spend too much time with her crew, but for some reason I already am in love with all her teammates. It is revealed, though, that the Flag Smashers are in fact super soldiers and not mutants, as we were hoping. But, the existence of super soldiers suggests an ongoing super soldier program, which in the comics eventually leads to Weapon X. So this may be a sly, clever way to eventually bring in our favorite adamantium-clawed mutant. Please, Stan Lee, let it be so. So the other nerdgasmic moment for me is when we meet Isaiah Bradley, who in the comics is referred to as the Black Captain America. So in the comics, he and 300 other African American soldiers were test subjects. They're all part of an attempt to recreate the super soldier serum. His comic book story is very sad and very tragic, and it appears that the MCU is sticking close to that story. We also meet Elijah Bradley, Isaiah's grandson, who in the comics is a character called Patriot, who is part of the Young Avengers. This is even more reason to believe that Marvel is slowly setting up a Young Avengers movie, because now we have the Scarlet Witch's kids, Billy and Tommy, and we are getting Kate Bishop in the upcoming Hawkeye show. So the episode ends on a pretty cool cliffhanger. From the trailers, we assumed that Zemo would be the leader of the bad guys. But we now know from the ending is that Bucky and Sam will be needing Zemo's assistance in order to fight the bad guy. So I think that's such an interesting twist. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with that. That is my review of episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If you are a true patriot, you will like and subscribe and comment below. Tell me, what do you think of John Walker? Do you like him a little bit better now? Or does his face still annoy the out of you? And I will see you next week, and thank you once again very much for watching.